highly Democratic?
These are all things that we're keeping an eye on. Certainly a number of Republican senators have already come forward and kind of voiced deep concerns about what we've seen through Trump for the last couple of days, kind of suggested that they might be definitely considering voting to remove Trump from office. Once again, it's a weird thing because this trial can and probably will happen after Biden is inaugurated. It's just going to be a matter of, once the House impeaches, the Senate does have to have that trial and figure out, come to some sort of conclusion about whether or not the president is guilty of the things that the House has convicted him of.
And Emily, in the meantime, the corporate backlash against those who objected to the election vote continues.
Yes, we are seeing an increasing number of corporations come out and distance themselves from those Republicans that opposed approving the Electoral College vote. You're saying that they will no longer be donating to them or that they will withhold donations to them. And this is going to have a pretty big impact. It was 139 House Republicans, 8 Republican senators who voted to oppose at least one state's Electoral College vote. And so we'll see how this continues to play out, if more corporations will join them, if that will lead to some shift and change from the Republicans.
Meanwhile, Trump just approved an emergency declaration for Washington until January 24. Washington remains on high alert after authorities warned of security threats to President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration scheduled on January 20. The FBI warns that armed protests are being planned in the U.S. Capitol and in the 50 state capitals in the coming days. The National Guard was authorized to send in up to 15,000 troops for the inauguration, while tourists were barred from visiting the Washington Monument for next week's inauguration. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Confirmed COVID-19 cases worldwide have now topped 90 million. The latest report from Johns Hopkins University says coronavirus deaths around the world are nearing 2 million, while over 50 million people have recovered from the disease. The United States still has the most cases with over 22 million patients, followed by India with over 10 million and Brazil with more than 8 million cases. China's Sinovac vaccine has a general efficacy of less than 60%. That's according to the recently concluded clinical trials conducted in Brazil. Sao Paulo's Butantan Biomedical Center is set to release Sinovac's efficacy results today, as it seeks emergency use for the vaccine in the country. However, the medical center itself supposedly called the report purely speculative. Recall that Health Secretary Francisco Duque III had announced that the government secured 25 million doses of Sinovac. The initial batch is expected to arrive in the Philippines in February. The Health Department and the Philippine Genome Center denied allegations that the UK variant of the coronavirus has been detected in the Philippines. Several unverified and anonymous posts circulating on social media claim that some Filipinos have been confined in hospitals after testing positive for the new virus strain. The government is now calling on the public to refrain from disseminating unverified information, which can cause panic and confusion. The DOH and PGC say they're now closely working together to intensify ongoing biosurveillance efforts.
So behind me is NIO's ET7 sedan. It's the company's fourth model. NIO is widely seen as being one of the top 3 electric vehicle companies in China, certainly seen as a challenger to Tesla. This car is going to be on the market from the first quarter of 2022. It's going to be priced at about $70,000 US before subsidies. It does 0 to 100 in about 3.9 seconds. It's going to have an eventual range by the end of 2022 with a new battery of about 1,000 kilometers, more than 1,000 kilometers, again, according to NIO. Inside the car, you've got about 23 surround sound speakers, you've got upgraded 5G, you've got upgraded AI capabilities, you've even got massage chairs in the front and the back of the car. They're trying to give you this, as they describe it, living room experience inside the vehicle. On the outside, you've got LiDAR, and you've got 8 megapixel cameras surrounding the vehicle as well, getting closer to fully autonomous. It's not fully autonomous, but it does have autonomous capabilities, and they are trying to encourage their customers to move on from the SUVs that they've been producing and start looking at this new sedan. In terms of the broader context of what's happening in the EV market in China, you've got Tesla. It's come out and it's slashed the prices of its Model Y. That has put some broader pricing pressure on some of the electric vehicle makers here. NIO and the CEO says it's not really affecting them. They don't see the Model Y or the Model 3 as a direct competitor. This is more in line with Tesla's Model S, although NIO, of course, would say that this sedan, the ET7, is a notch above what Tesla's offering.
And those are the top stories at this hour. Join Sean Yao later at 2 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We're One News.